Hey everyone, welcome back to the Movie Fanatics. I'm Brayden, and today I'm going to be talking about one of my all-time favorite horror movies, and that is the original The Evil Dead. But before we begin, of course, if you may not know by this point in this channel, there might be some spoilers in this review, so you've been warned. Let's talk about this movie. Now, I've seen this movie many times, but whenever I want a movie that actually is going to creep me out, but at the same time I find fun and enjoyable, like 9 times out of 10, I'll put on the original The Evil Dead. I think this movie's brilliant, and I'm just going to get into why I think this movie's so great. So if you guys not know, The Evil Dead was made with an extremely low budget. It was directed by Sam Raimi, and it starred Bruce Campbell, and they were really good friends, and it shows in this movie. Just like it feels like a couple of friends went into the woods to a cabin and made a movie. And this was the first cabin in the woods movie that started the whole horror movie trend of cabins in the woods. And this movie just shines. This movie's so much fun. And a lot of people don't give this movie enough credit that even though it's fun and there's all sorts of blood and guts and it's gory, it's also scary. And there's a little bit of comedy, but the comedy doesn't overshadow that this movie is actually really creepy and suspenseful and scary. And I just love this movie. And if you guys don't know, the cabin, not the cabin in the woods, The Evil Dead is about these 5 college friends who go to this cabin in the woods for like a vacation or spring break or whatever. And in the basement, they come across a shotgun, a tape recorder, and this book. And they turn on the tape recorder thinking it's just a joke, and they start reading from this book. And it unleashes this presence, this evil force that's called the Evil Dead. And they have to survive the night as one by one they get possessed and taken over and killed. Wow. Until Ash, played by Bruce Campbell, and in my opinion, his greatest role ever, is the last one left, and he has to survive the night and fight off this evil dead, like, presence or spirit. And this movie is just awesome. I love this movie. I love the way um, they make, like, the presence of this, like, spirit or whatever feel like whenever like a character's getting chased, it's just like it's from the point of view of this spirit or whatever you want to call it, and it's like following them through the woods, and it's all like sped up. It's really amazing. This movie's awesome. Like, this movie's so much fun. And one of my favorite scenes in the movie is like actually like an amazing shot is when the camera is following Ash, but it's like up above, and it's like and it's like in like the ceiling, and there's that cool sound effect as it passes a beam. It's like that shoomp, shoomp. It's that really cool sound effect as it passes like each wood beam in the ceiling as it follows Ash. And this movie is just always like in these characters' faces. It makes you feel like you're in this cabin with these people, and it's a terrible event as these people are slowly possessed and killed. And this movie is just, it's so fast paced. Like, this movie never lets up for a second. And I love how it slowly reveals this whole mystery surrounding this cabin in the woods and how it came to be like this. And it slowly just peels back these layers until like the last 20 minutes where Ash basically is the last one left, and he has to survive the night. And all leading to one of my favorite movie endings in horror movie history, when the spirit comes bursting throughout the house, and it's moving real quick, and it smashes out the door, and then it zooms in on Ash, and then it ends. That's it. And he's screaming, it goes ah, and then it ends. And you sit back in your chair and you're like, what? And that's how the movie ends. Like, it's just so like abrupt. But you feel like Ash's terror in that moment as the spirit slowly just zooms in on him and goes really fast, and the movie ends. And the first time I watched this, don't get me wrong, I was like, whoa, that's it? Are we done? That was it. And you're like, whoa, what did I just watch? And this movie's just awesome. The original The Evil Dead is one of those movies that I can never get enough of. It's actually not my favorite of the franchise. A movie that happened later on in the series is my favorite, but I can't give enough credit to the original The Evil Dead. This movie's amazing. It gets all the praise it deserves. And even a lot of like the makeup effects and special effects are awesome for the time. It came out in 1981, and some of the effects look better than movies that came out nowadays. It stood the test of time. This movie is over 40 years old, I think. Like it's nearing that. This movie's amazing. If you haven't seen the original The Evil Dead, please check it out. It's one of those movies that's awesome. It's creepy. It's great to watch around Halloween. And it's just amazing. The original The Evil Dead is just awesome. And it's one of those movies that I always enjoy watching every single time, and I will continue to watch it and love it. And of course, the original The Evil Dead gets an A+. That's it. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If it's a little bit shorter than usual, that's because I have to do a lot of other videos, and I wanted to film these, so I have them. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Please make sure to hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, and write comments below about your thoughts on The Evil Dead. And I will see you next time. This has been Brayden from the Movie Fanatics, signing off. Again, it doesn't work.